Yeah, I think we could see it coming. Philip, you knew it was going to happen because he had done it before. He just needed to do it in this league. Peyton, you could see it coming towards the end. We went to him in the Big Ten championship game. When you're running plays for a guy in a championship game, that tells you, A, what the coach thinks, but more importantly, what he expects of himself. So he was somebody I think we all knew, and he had a great summer and a great fall, and it's fun to watch him. Yeah, the thing about Peyton is he moves so well without the ball. He's easy to find. Tony's pretty good too in that area. But that's what an unselfish team does. They move it and they make sure they load the guys up that are cooking. And you're coming down the stretch, Peyton's cooking like that. You got to find him, and then you can play off of him. Chris had an isolation. He took it and scored. He got fouled. There's a lot of other things you can do.
I mean, Payne and I know what we're good at. I know that people love to chase him, and then when he hits me on a pop or something, I know he's gonna run back to it, and his man is gonna be a little behind him. So I like to, hand it off to him where he can get an open shot. And I really like screen the player. I don't know who I knocked to the floor. There was a play where I knocked someone down on a screen, but I think we just know each other's games, and we just played off of each other into our strength. So that's what I felt like kind of was the spark. At that moment, I think it was just effort. First half we weren't guarding really well. We let them have some easy layups, easy shots. We lost a few assignments. So second half we just locked in. We didn't let them get anything easy. They're hitting tough shots. Like you just have like really hard, half spin fadeaways and stuff like that. So second half we just locked in. I feel really good. I'm happy we got to play a Northwestern team at full strength. I'm glad their injuries and they got recovered from COVID. So we don't duck anyone. So
they're stout. I mean, they're physical. They're always in the passing lane, so you can't really move the ball like our motion offense like normal. But the biggest thing is they switch everything. They're kind of similar across the board, so it's hard for us to screen when they just switch everything. Handoffs don't really work. So we had to really emphasize player movement. Which we really did coming out in the second half. I think it just kind of kept me in rhythm. I kind of called the play for myself there, set the back screen. I told coach that they were going to help, but I knew they were going to switch it, so then I'd get the big guy, so I get that three. I was ready for it. Both are very, very good Big Ten teams, great defensive teams. We've really been moving the ball well, been running transition. We got to keep that going on Saturday. Obviously, they've been playing really well. I don't know if they won tonight, but we need a packed house and be ready to go.
Yeah, no, like I said, I thought both those guys played really well. Rabracha to start the game, I think he had 6 or 8 right out of the gate. The first couple minutes, I thought he got him off to a good start, and then he finished the game well. He had a couple huge offensive. There was a big play. Give him credit. We had him trapped in a double team and 2 guys on him, and then he kind of muscled his way through and got a layup, which was a really tough play. Had a couple good stickbacks. He's a very good player and has played well for them all year long. I mean, he's been a guy who's been a constant, and got to give Sanford credit. I know he went through his struggles early in the season, and but tonight he was terrific. 20 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, coming off the bench with 5 big threes, and like I said, about 10 of his points were when the game really mattered. And I thought, he was a big factor during that time. So that's what makes them hard. I mean, everybody can score. I mean, they got 5 guys in double figures tonight. It's why they're able to put a lot of points on the board, and it's why they're a difficult team to defend. I thought it was a hard-fought Big Ten game, like a lot of these are now. Give Iowa credit. They deserve to win. They made more plays than we did. Tonight, I thought it was kind of back and forth, the whole game. I thought both teams were playing really hard. Thought we did a good job early. We were able to kind of weather the crowd early. We got the 9-point lead. Had a couple critical mistakes there at the end of the half. We lost Murray a couple times. And then obviously the momentum. I thought Sanford hit a huge shot there at the buzzer at halftime to go in there tied. That being said, I thought it was kind of back and forth. The whole second half, every time they made runs, we were kind of hanging in there, keeping it within distance. We had a big 3-point play heading into a timeout with Bowie. I think we cut it to 3. And then, I thought Sanford, from that moment on, his play was just great. He had a huge shot there at the end of a shot clock, a deep 3, obviously a 4-point play. He drove in there and found Rabracha for a dunk. I thought his in that stretch where the game kind of got away from us, I thought he made, in addition to other guys, but I thought when it was 3 points and it was kind of right there for us to hang in there at the end, I thought that's where the game got away and got to double figures over those next couple minutes. So proud of our guys' effort. This is not an easy place to play. They're playing really well. They're a difficult team to defend, obviously prolific offensive team, and the game got a little bit higher scoring than we needed it to be in order to win. We certainly did not want this game in the 80s. We wanted it more in the low 70s, high 60s if we could, and unfortunately we weren't able to get the stops we needed.
I mean, we scored 47. I think that's a fair point. And we moved it, we shared it. We got into the bonus relatively early. We didn't turn it over. Yeah, I think, and it was a lot of guys that had to go ahead and make plays more so than anything we were drawing up. It was just guys making plays, and I think they were comfortable doing that, and I want them to be comfortable doing that. Well, the biggest thing was, we got our turnovers under control. 8 turnovers is too many in the first half. They got some fast break opportunities off of that. But I think, our defense in the second half and our ability to get out and run as a result was big. And just making sure we come down and get a good shot. They very aggressive defensively, do a lot of switching, they hard hedge. So you have to be able to adjust to that. Keep your dribble, drive the ball, play in traffic, and our guys did that.